The prediction that I made a year ago happened before Egypt fell. It happened when Tunisia fell. It was the prediction that was ruthlessly mocked, and I was called paranoid and conspiratorial. They dubbed it the Caliphate theory. That's fine. I don't really care. It's the only thing, the only thing that I have ever heard in my prayer time, quite honestly, to fall on your sword. That was the exact feeling I got, the impression I got, fall on your sword. And that's why I originally put this up on the chalkboard. And then I said, we're going to make this and put it up on the wall. My staff was there. They thought I was crazy because they knew this was trouble. But they also have been with me long enough to know that we're usually right. And so I made this into the last 6 months of Fox. And I said it every day, and I showed this board every single day because it was important for people to remember what was said. I have to tell you, I'd rather be called a kook and be alive than close my eyes and cover my ears and la 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 and be dead. Tonight, I want to take you on a tour 1 year later of the Middle East, the Arab Spring, and so much more. And you will clearly see that democracy and liberty are not the same thing. And liberty is not blossoming. Democracy is. I'll show you what democracy looks like. Those who want to restore the caliphate are blossoming. And since the media refuses to acknowledge the danger in a caliphate, they continue right along with this administration, referring to extremist caliphate-seeking groups as moderate Islamists. Let me tell you something. The media is not inept. They are not just careless and reckless. The media is dangerous. They have become a danger to the freedom and liberty of mankind, not just into the Middle East, but all over the world, including here at home. Tonight, I will show you what they have ignored, what they have failed to report, and the consequences of their arrogance, stupidity. I want you to understand this. If they are the ones who are wrong, it equals the death of freedom and oppression and the death of all those who fail to agree with the Islamists. That's what happens if they're wrong. You better make sure you're not wrong about that. They are not incompetent. They are a danger to people who yearn to be free. If I am wrong, well, then we're stuck with a memory of being really freaked out of our mind for a while. And we remember when we bought all that extra food? Yeah, that's what happens if I'm wrong. If they're wrong, people die. This is not hyperbole. There are actual examples of what happens to those who live under extreme Islamic rules, and what happens to those who live under Islamic rules and then live an alternative lifestyle. If you live an alternative lifestyle, you're dead. That's what happens to you. You're dead. That's not hyperbole. It's backed up with facts and photos. If you commit adultery, well, they stone you to death. You forget to wear your headscarf to school. Well, this is what happens to you. You forget to wear your headscarf in school, you are left in a burning building to die. In fact, you're not just left in the burning building. The fire department does show up, but they can't go in because you don't have your headscarf. And so they put a bar in the doors. Well, girls inside pound on the doors, beg to be let out. The Islamic police don't let them out, and they all burn to death. That's not hyperbole. That's a fact. Look it up. If you happen to dishonor the family by wearing a short skirt, or you have an American boyfriend, dead. You believe in Jesus and say, He's my Savior. Dead. If you're waiting for the Messiah because Jesus isn't your Savior, you believe in the Old Testament, you're a Jew, you're dead. If you're a Jewish reporter, you're dead. If you're thought to be a Jewish reporter, well, first, they rape you. And then, if people aren't around you, you're dead. By the grace of God, she's alive today because there were some decent people in the crowd. Just to give you an idea of how backward our mainstream media is, the protector of freedom. I want you to see this image. This is the image. Do you have it? This is the image of the people who raped her. And CNN actually blurred the rapist's image, the faces of the dirtbags who raped her. Now, wow. If I'm wrong, you have too much food and people make fun of you. If they are wrong, people die. This is evil. This is evil. And if you see it and you do not raise your voice, you will be held responsible. What is rising in the Middle East? By ignoring it, excusing it, or worse, enabling it, you are part of it. The media and those in power in our own country have announced themselves as an enemy to man's freedom and liberty. How can I possibly say that? Well, it would be irresponsible if I couldn't back it up. But now, a year later, I certainly can. Look at what the glorious revolution looks like today. Look at what your media and your guardians have given you. And they certainly won't point this out to you.